Hello everyone, here's the bit I forgot to tell you about with the swinging arm. How to get the 16mm hole in this to a nice straight 17mm hole. Well, as with any job like this, the key to it is clamping it really tight so that while you're drilling or reaming it doesn't move. Now if you've got a mill, this is a lot easier to do, but all the way through actually I've been trying to show how to do things without too much equipment. I'm sure I, like a lot of the older guys, particularly in the UK, started off with a couple of spanners and a hammer and screwdriver in the shed, and we had to work our way around all the bits in the manual that said you need this special tool and that special tool. So now I have a nice workshop, but I knew some of you wouldn't have, so I wanted to show you how to do things without too much equipment. So we're going to do this on a drill press. So here's the piece of your swinging arm, which you've cut off, so it's now in a manageable size. What you're going to need is something to stand it on, that obviously your 17mm drill will go through at the bottom, and then something to clamp it down with. Now I made up this little piece here because fortunately the B25 has this flange on it, so I made up a piece that will just nicely go around that and clamp down. So that goes on there, your clamp goes on there, and then it gets clamped down. Now this spacing piece here has a little step cut in it so that, hopefully you can see this, when that is like that, that will fit round, and this piece underneath here, which fits on there like that, doesn't foul here. Everything will go down nice and flat. So what we need is a bolt that goes through, like such. Keep saying that, don't I? Like such. Must be a Middlesbrough thing. Now then, obviously, ow. So that goes on there, making sure your little relief is pointing in the right direction. And we use our little step here and we clamp it down if it doesn't stop moving away. There we go. You bugger. Stay where you put. Alright. So you get yourself sorted. We're also going to put a clamp on this end when that is nicely clamped down because we don't want the other end to move. Now of course you're going to need to have this in exactly the right place, and you can't be moving the table up and down because it's not going to go up and down exactly straight. As I say, if you've got a knee mill, then fine, you can set everything up, lower the knee, and when it comes back up, everything is where it was. So I had to think of a way to sort that out. So what I did was I took a piece of the original BSA axle wheel spindle, because that was a nice fit into this before it's going to be modified. And I made it exactly the same size as my 17mm drill, so that I knew when I put this in here I'd be able to take it out and put the drill bit in. So you put that in there, tighten it up. Now if you've got a drill that you can lock this, which I don't think mine does, probably if I looked at the instruction manual I'd find out it did. So what you do is you get a good old laggy band here. What you do is you go down with that into there, either lock off or, as I say in this case, just stick something round it to hold it in place. Something a little stronger than that, obviously. Must have been a different laggy band I used before. Let's see, we'll go down a few times. Anyway, you get the idea. So that holds it there. while you put your clamps on. Now I used one of these, nice eBay purchase. They're all handmade. I got a whole load of clamps. And that thing which fell on my foot, I got another one. Just as a little block here. And we're going to clamp that. So we get that nicely in place. We run that down till it's where it should be. We find somewhere further away to put our elastic band. Tell you what, how about if we put it round like that? There you go. Then we start to clamp down. This will more or less clamp it down and hold it good and tight. But of course it's pulling on one side, so just to be on the safe side, I wanted to have something over here that I could then tighten down as well. And you do that and set it all up nice and tight, making sure that old wheel spindle will go straight up and down without any binding. Now when you've got that done, you can now take that out, and as I say, because I made it the same size as the actual drill bit, I could put the drill bit in without moving anything. Put that in, and now I can drill down knowing that I'm going to be perfectly straight, concentric with the original hole. And there it goes. Done. You now have a 17mm hole instead of a 16mm hole. The beauty of doing it this way, using the old spindle to hold it, is you don't have to worry if your table and drill bit aren't exactly at right angles. If they are, it's a lot easier, but if they're not, you know, you could always shim this so that it was slightly different, so that you were getting the drill bit to go down exactly straight, because your original press down with the wheel spindle as you clamp it up is going to make sure that it is travelling in exactly the plane you want it to go in. So there you go. How to take this out to the 17mm rear spindle that I used in the build. Sorry for forgetting to show you it, so I hope nobody's built one of these and got it all welded up and now find they don't have a way of drilling a perfectly straight line right through. You could get it line bored, of course, if you can find someone with the right machine, but there's a nice easy way you can do it in the workshop. So it's good night from Britannia Motorcycles.